Hello and welcome to Ode to Games. I'm Kevin Valine, joined alongside Logan Plant. How you doing, Logan?
Doing well. Not in my usual place this week,
Yeah,
but
switching
I'm
things
still
up.
bringing you the hottest Sonic
Oh my
Frontiers rumors
We'll get
coming
to
your way later.
we'll
in the
get to
show.
that later. Look forward to that.
The freshest rumors.
We also got Zach Ross. How you doing, Zach?
I'm doing good, but let's wait till we hear this rumor.
You're gonna have to wait a little while for that. That'll be a little bit later in the show. No news this week. Pretty slow news week, and it's also nearing the end of the year. So this is the time of year when we crack out a bunch of our lists. The Odies will be coming a little bit later. Next week should be the Odies, so look forward to that. But before that, we're going to be looking at the games that we didn't have time for that could have made the Odies, but are not going to because we didn't have the time for it. First, we did this list last week. Last year, not last week.
Last year,
last
not
year.
last week.
Last
We're
year.
doing it again.
We're doing it again, yeah.
Every week.
I mean, it's like the Rumor Roundup. We did it last week. We're doing it again.
It's gonna do the same thing every week.
Yeah, we did it last year. So we decided to grab these lists and take a look at 2020 games that we didn't have time for in 2020 that we did, in fact, have time for in 2021. Or did not.
Or not.
I'll
I
run
mean, mostly not.
Hey, speak for yourself. I think I did pretty okay. So
Yeah,
my list from last year, I had Spiritfarer, Psychonauts Rise and Ruin, Ghost of Tsushima, Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, Mafia Definitive Edition, and Spider-Man Miles Morales. So of these games, I beat Spiritfarer, and I'm planning to play this DLC pretty soon that just dropped recently. Psychonauts Rise and Ruin, I played it, but I don't think it was for me, but I did play it. So that counts. For something. Ghost of Tsushima, once that game was kind of going to be coming out on PS5, I wanted to wait until I had a PS5, and I'm still waiting, so can't really play that. Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, I played it and beat it, and it was my most played game on Switch this year.
Congrats.
Mafia Definitive Edition, I also beat that. And
Dude,
Spider-Man
that was
Miles
this year.
Morales.
That feels like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then Spider-Man Miles Morales, again, waiting for a PS5 for that. I could play that on PS4, but I'm just going to be waiting for a PS5. So of those games, 2 of them, I'm waiting for a console that I don't currently have, and the only other one that I didn't beat was Psychonauts Rise and Ruin, and I did play it. So I feel like I did pretty decent on my list of 2020 games that I didn't have time for. Logan, you want to go through your list of games that you didn't play?
Yeah, it's just embarrassing. It's just really unbelievable. Every time we make one of these lists, I look back and I have done virtually nothing.
Yeah,
that I
look
said
forward
I was
to
going
more
to.
of these lists because we'll be looking back on other lists that we made in 2020. I don't think Logan was batting any better on those.
No. So I really burned myself out last year. I beat 50 games. That was a goal. It was the craziest goal I've ever set, and it's one of the only ones I've ever met on this show. I did it. And I think that burned me out. I have not beaten that many games this year, and I have not really touched many of the games on this list for longer than just a couple of minutes. Crash 4? Never even thought about playing it. Not once. Star Wars Squadrons?
Oh yeah.
Nope.
Forgot about that game.
Nope. I still want to, but I haven't. And then it was a PS Plus game, so I have it.
Oh, okay.
It's also on Game Pass, so
Do you have it
I have no excuse. Dragon Ball Kakarot.
You bought that game.
I did.
You made a big deal about buying that game.
I don't know why. What is my problem? I installed it in January, and I played it for like 8 minutes, and then I uninstalled it.
What happened in those 8 minutes?
It didn't grab me.
In 8
In that
minutes?
8
minutes? Yeah, you didn't really give it a fair shot, I'd say.
No, I didn't. I really have no formed opinions on that game. I need to go back and try it again. Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, I tried it once, like a couple months ago when I was sick. I didn't like it. I didn't like the combat. I didn't like the MMO style. You just watch your people do the basic actions over and over. I don't know. I don't like that style of combat very much. Granted, it wasn't very deep because it was at the very beginning of the game, but something about it just didn't grab me yet, but I'm not writing it off all the way yet. Immortals Phoenix Rising, I almost finished that game, but didn't.
What happened with that one? Just didn't
I
have
don't
time,
know.
or
Kind of fell
Forgot
off.
about
yeah.
the whole game.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a Ubisoft
Yeah,
game, so it'll burn you out, and
probably
probably burn out the developers too.
Incredibly samey throughout. And then Ori, which I started the first one on Game Pass for like an hour. So that's progress towards that one. But I really failed hard on this list. Although, this was just games we didn't have time for. We never said we were going to do this. That's a different list.
Yeah.
Of which I also failed.
It's also not very good.
So, yeah, this is just like, these were games that weren't going to be in the Game of the Year conversation. I never promised to any of you that I was going to play them. So, at least I
feel too bad.
that.
Yeah, exactly.
Can rip India on that in a couple
Yeah,
of
no,
weeks.
I
when
mean,
we
a
get to that
couple
list.
weeks, you can destroy me.
Zach, how was your list from last year?
Oh, the first one up on my list is Spiritfarer, which I'm going to count because I'm probably going to play it pretty soon. So that's good. And then Spider-Man Miles Morales, I also was going to wait for PS5 on that one, so I haven't even thought about that since. Yakuza Like a Dragon, first game I beat this year. So that one's not very surprising given my history with the Yakuza series. Cyberpunk 2077.
Big oof.
That's a big oof right there.
And that changes from not have time for to like, my God, I do not want to play that.
That game has such a stigma now that I don't know if I'll ever play it. Super Mario 3D All-Stars, we all beat that together earlier this year.
No, we didn't.
Didn't?
3D All-Stars is the collection of 64 Sunshine and Galaxy.
3D All-Stars, not 3D World.
Did you ever beat 64?
Yeah,
did beat 64.
Okay.
And then I played part of
Sunshine? Halfway.
You
count that.
It's not bad.
You
beat one game out of it. That's
didn't
a
like
game.
Sunshine.
So
Really didn't like Sunshine, so
it's got its
I
problems.
don't know if I'll
Zach does
ever
not
go
like
back
3D
to
Mario.
that. I don't think I like 3D Mario.
Galaxy's
And then Crash 4, which I also was very interested in playing and then forgot about very similarly. So it's a pretty mixed bag of a list. I got a few games in there.
Beat one of those.
Did definitely beat
one game in a
one
collection
of those.
in the other one. And you better play Spiritfarer soon. And we can play the DLC at the same time.
Exactly.
So
Now
we
the
can do it
farewell edition is out.
Yeah.
Much more enticing.
All right, so there's our list. So you can look forward to next year when we look through these lists and we didn't play any of these games that we're about to talk about.
Yep.
Some of these kind of depend on if I have a PS5. I don't know about you, Zach, but my list is going to be kind of
My search has officially started.
To what
I'm
it was
on the
last year.
PS5 hunt. It's going to be good.
Yeah?
There's an in-person
2022.
GameStop event tomorrow.
I saw it. There's not a single one near me anywhere. It's going to have one.
How do those work? Do you just like get a spot in advance and like you're guaranteed one, or is it just like a
I saw
crapshoot?
people were lining up outside.
So it's a crapshoot.
You have to be a pro rewards member prior to purchase.
Aren't you that?
I am, which is why I looked up a map of where they are, but there's not a single one anywhere within 10 hours of me.
10 hours.
Oh my gosh.
I think because they did this like 10 days ago, and there were a bunch of Seattle ones there. In the one they're doing tomorrow, there's not even any Seattle area
Really?
ones.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I guess they.
And I
burned
didn't
through all
even
their
realize
inventory
they
last
did
time.
it the first time, and then I could have driven 5 hours. I probably would not have driven
Yeah,
5
but like,
hours. just
if
wait
it
in line,
is just
but-
like lining up for it, man, driving 5 hours
know.
there
I
to
would have thought
not
about
get
it.
one and
I
then drive
absolutely-
back. Oh god.
I know.
What a
Would've been
miserable. That'd be more miserable than It Takes Two.
It would be,
Take more
Maybe.
time.
or else it'd be pretty close. But yeah,
It takes
I think-
10 hours.
Ugh, to get nothing.
I think I would just have to find one online. But I've officially started trying.
Good luck. I've been
Yes,
in the grind for a
thank you.
while. I signed up for another lottery, so here's to another month of not getting one and signing up for another one again next month.
Keep
the cycle
going.
repeats itself. All right. Let's get into our actual list for 2021. The games that we didn't have time for. Like I said, there's several of these games, at least for me, that that's just because I don't have the console to play it on for the most part. My first one, Forza Horizon 5. Love the Horizon games from played Forza Horizon 1 and 3 and love both of them. But I don't really want to play it on PC, and I don't know how well my PC could handle it. So it's Xbox, and I don't have an Xbox. But whenever I do get an Xbox, it would be probably one of the first games that I would play on there. Next one, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. It looks really good, and I'd like to play it at some point, but PS5 don't have one, so put it for later. And I also wouldn't pay $70 for it, so I would have been waiting a little bit later on it. But I do want to play.
It was
at some point.
40 on Black Friday.
It's a pretty decent
That's
deal.
a pretty good price. Yeah.
Yeah.
So a $20 discount if games were normally priced on there.
Yeah.
But it's
like
$30 off. Persona 5 Strikers. I still haven't finished Persona 5 Royal because that game is so long. I do want to get back to that at some point, but I'd like to play Strikers, and it's pretty cheap at a lot of different places.
Does Strikers follow the content from Royal or from the original Persona?
I don't. It probably
Just pictured it as a
Royal,
soccer game. Is it not
because-
a soccer game?
Oh my gosh.
It's
It's
Mario
not
Strikers.
Super Mario
Oh,
Strikers.
sorry,
It is
sorry.
a Muso game. It is the
Okay,
Dynasty
okay.
Warriors games.
Not
But
Muso,
yeah,
I meant soccer.
I'd like to play that at some point, but I also want to play Persona 5 Royal.
It's just
at some
fall
point,
ball.
too.
It's just
Yeah,
fall
it-
ball with Joker.
Not like a
Good
picture.
lord. No, thank you. Famicom Detective Club. I still want to play those games, but more recently my time's been taken up by Great Ace Attorney, so...
Which is better.
Same thing.
but I do want to play those.
It's the
Dodgeball
exact same thing.
Academia. It's an RPG sports game. I like those games, and I've heard it's pretty solid and has a good art style. So I'd like to pick it up on Switch at some point.
Are you
Play that.
are you waiting for some other RPG sports game to come out?
Of course not. There's
Okay.
there's no
Doesn't
other.
come to mind.
there's
I
no
don't think
other.
so.
You're not waiting to
Thing on
begin
the
your journey
horizon.
on the baby court? You're not
No.
waiting for that?
No,
6 months later?
not ringing a bell.
Okay.
But I do want to play that at some point. I've heard it's quite good. Mass Effect Legendary Edition. I've wanted to play the Mass Effect games for a while, and that was just one of those ones where it's like, there's 3 massive games in that collection, so it's like,
Massive.
I don't know, it's intimidating when you've got all
Mass
these other games
Effect is-
that you want to play. It's like, 1, I'd have to buy it, and then 2, it's like, am I actually gonna have the time to play it at some point?
We were gonna do a OD Games book club for that game, and that idea never got off the ground.
No, that would have been a big commitment for all those. But I do want to play it at some point, maybe next year. Mario Party Superstars, really good, and I played some of the GameCube ones and liked Mario Party again, so I want to play that at some point with some friends next year. And then Ghost of Tsushima is returning on my list because the director's cut came out this year, and I'd like to play it. But I don't have a PS5, so it is going to be put on the back burner until the PS5 is acquired. So, Ghost of Tsushima, back-to-back
What about
years
Halo
on this
Infinite?
list. Yeah, I play Halo Infinite too. It's been a while
Infinite
for Halo
2?
for me.
Infinite 2, the
Yeah,
sequel.
Infinite 2. Well, once I get an Xbox, maybe... Oh, no, right. The game's going to be around for 10 years or whatever. Forgot about
Exactly.
that.
You got time. You got plenty of
I
time.
got a lot of time. Sure, Halo Infinite. Yeah, I'd like to play that at some point as well.
Nice.
Yeah, so
What
there's...
about No More Heroes 3?
No. Not No More Heroes 3.
Monster Hunter Rise.
If I was going to play a Monster Hunter game, I'd just go back to World. Because I own
Yeah, let
it.
us
I would
know.
too.
But yeah,
I'd
that
play it
is-
again with you, Kevin. and Zach
Yeah.
also.
Start from the beginning.
Going back
Please,
in.
please.
You don't have to just start from the beginning. You just got to start from where we left off.
Oh, we'll start
Like-
from the beginning.
Yeah, we'll catch you like it rapidly.
All right, Logan, you wanna
All right.
craft this list that could be a disappointment next year?
Yep. So we got Fast and Furious Spy Racers Rise of Shifter. So,
When did Crossroads come out?
I-
29, 20.
that was 2018. There were some.
That was
That long?
2020.
Nah,
that
I
came
might
out
be
in
losing my
2020.
mind. 2020
Maybe
feels like
pumping
3
it
years
out.
ago.
Rated the worst game of 2020, I think, or something
Good
like
reason.
that.
So Rise of Shifter doesn't look good, and this was a joke pick to bridge you into the embarrassment that is the rest of this list.
There's a couple
Okay.
of games on here.
Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Didn't want to pay $70 for it. Zach and I toyed with the
20.
idea of playing it many times.
Yeah.
But I think I'll play it next year. A little spoiler alert, I think it's going to be on my list of game goals for 2022.
Okay.
So that's what I really want to play. Returnal, I still never managed to get really back into after the save feature was fixed. So that's something else I'm looking to do because I really enjoy the gameplay in there. Famicom Detective Club, I only ever finished one of the 2, so I got to go back and do the other one. But it came out like 2 months before Ace Attorney, and I didn't want to burn myself out on visual novels before it came out. I never finished the second one. Dodgeball Academia looks cool on Game Pass, so
Oh,
gonna play
yeah,
that.
a little easier for you.
Mass Effect Legendary Edition, got it on Black Friday for $20.
Good deal.
So I'm excited to play that eventually. Kena Bridge of Spirits was one I was excited for, but just didn't get around to playing at the time, so I'm going to play that one at some point. Just heard mixed things on it, so don't really know what I'm going to end up thinking of it, but I still want to play it because that was one I really liked from the reveal event all the way back last summer.
Get it for like a budget
Psychonauts
price
2?
next year or something too.
Yeah. There's also a physical version, but I'm more digital now.
It was like
We'll see.
later.
Yeah,
later
which is
release?
weird.
Yeah.
Like 2 months later.
Yeah, for a big
Like-
big Sony game. Well, indie technically, but
Yeah.
Sony
Again, they pushed pretty hard.
Yeah.
Then Psychonauts 2, I think that game looks really neat. I love platformers, so I should play it. I probably will just skip the first one. I don't think I really care.
It's on Game Pass,
New
right?
Poke-
Yeah, it's Xbox.
It is on Game Pass.
Very
Yep.
easy for that one too.
Yeah. So a couple of Game Pass ones here. New Pokemon Snap, which I'm currently borrowing. I just haven't gotten around to playing it yet, but looks cool. Looks better than the other Pokemon thing that came out this year. Last week I said I tried for 10 seconds, and then I was like, I don't want to do this again.
Dragon Ball all over again.
Yeah. Guardians of the Galaxy. Surprising how much people liked it, and
Especially after
I wanted-
Avengers. Like,
yeah,
Flop. Yeah.
yeah,
very
So
low
having
expectations for that.
another Square Enix published Marvel game that is apparently pretty good. So that's something I'd like to try at some point. Biomutant, you saw the unboxing right here live on OD Games.
And you'll see.
of the
Hopefully,
Biomutant
you'll see part
Collector's
of that
Edition.
on next week's show.
Yeah, hopefully. Not sure. We'll see. But I want to play the game at some point. I don't think it's that long, and I just want to talk about it on the show, so I will probably
Full
play
circle
it.
eventually.
Chicory, A Colorful Tale, out on Switch now, as we talked about last week after the indie event, so I'll play that at some point. And then Death's Door, which is on everything now, with the Zelda-inspired game, with the little crow that you play as. And then Demon Turf, which was made by the creators of Slime Song, but it's a 3D platformer that looks a lot like a 3D Sonic game, so I want to try that out.
I haven't even heard of that one.
Yeah, it was announced at IGN Summer of Gaming 2020, and it just came out last month. Maybe even this month. It's new.
Wow.
So I just didn't buy it yet.
Yeah. 2021 didn't really have time for it either.
No.
Squeezed it in
Did
at the
not.
last second.
Yeah.
There's good games on there. I don't expect you to play / finish
Not
all
all
of
of them.
those.
No.
But I do
not-
expect
not
Rise of
even
Shifter
one
to
of
be
them.
done by next year.
See how much of that game costs.
If we get to next
What-
year
what-
and the only game you have played / beaten on here is Rise of Shifter, I wonder what type of year that would have been. All right, Zach.
Yeah, probably not a great year.
Not a
I
good
could
year.
get Rise of Shifter right now the price is going up. $42.
Excuse me? It's going up.
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay. Wouldn't recommend
All right.
buying in. Buy low. Very low.
Just buy low, sell high. That's always the way to do it with those Fast and Furious novelties. Well, my list is not nearly as long. I played a lot of games this year, but apparently it wasn't enough. There's always games coming
never
out.
enough.
Oh, yeah.
It's never enough. You
Beat
can
one
never
game
play
and
every
5
game
games
you
are
want to
added the
play.
backlog. That's how it works.
It's kind of ridiculous and really stressful. But my list, I've got Great Ace Attorney, which I just got physically on sale.
Nice.
So I'm almost guaranteed going to play it in 2022, given I'm working my way through the series currently. So I'm not worried about that one. Guardians of the Galaxy, I was also surprised how well it did, and I really did want to play it, but it just never made it close to the top of my list with all the other stuff I wanted to play, and I see it kind of falling into obscurity and me never even touching it. So don't have a lot of hopes for that one. Psychonauts 2, similar thing. I'd have to play the first one first. I don't know if I'll ever do that, but it's on Game Pass, and I'm keep toying around with the idea, so you never know. Hitman 3, I wanted to wait until I had a PS5 to play that, but definitely probably going to definitely probably.
Definitely
It's a
probably.
very definitive
Gonna play
I'm
Rise
so
of Shifter.
possibility.
It's so non-committal that it just slips out, which is funny. But played the first 2 this year. Absolutely love them. They're great stealth games, and I'd be more than eager to get the third one once I do get a PS5. I'm sure it's
It
not
has
terribly
a
expensive.
it's a game with a 3 in the title, just like Rise of Shifter, where the E is a 3. If you didn't
Connection?
know, listening to this
Those?
show,
Are they related?
Rise of Shifter, Rise of Lyric.
Oh my god. Please stop.
I'm
are
off.
two
I'm off the
terrible
rails.
games.
I'm sorry.
Yep.
I am off the rails.
We'll get to that. Maybe Rise of Lyrics related to some rumors we'll hear later. Who knows?
Rise of Rumors. Yeah.
As of ooh, I like that.
Oh, is
Thanks.
Shifter gonna be in the new
Oh
Sonic
my
game? Anyway, Zach, your next game.
My next pick, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. I don't have a PS5, so that's a pretty obvious one. Logan and I did toy with the idea of playing it together, but that never panned out. And then new Pokemon Snap, which I may borrow from Logan, who's borrowing it from someone else. Who knows? I probably wouldn't buy it.
Double borrow.
Double borrow.
You gotta love the double borrow.
Yeah. As long as I can borrow your copy of Rise of Shifter, then I'm okay.
I'll have to borrow it from someone else first.
Man, this is a web.
Yep.
This is a mess.
Yep.
All right. Look forward
what about
to...
Lost Judgment, Zachary?
Lost Judgment. Whoops. I forgot about Lost Judgment.
I forgot you didn't play that.
I did.
What are you doing?
I'm going to eventually when I feel
doing?
like it. Those games, like I said previously on this show,
Zach,
I like to play the Yakuza series or the Judgment games whenever the urge strikes me. And I've been very busy with other games. And I think that, something that'll lead me into the new year is Lost Judgment, like Yakuza Like a Dragon before.
Guess we'll see.
So what you're saying is that the urge strikes you once a year. So why don't you just play them when they come out, and then the urge will strike you.
Exactly. That would be the smart thing to do. But now I've fallen into the cycle of playing them end of December, early January, and the cycle's set.
It's fair.
You got to break
really
it.
Nothing you can do about it.
You got to break it. Get it on these lists. So yeah, look forward to next year when we go through these lists and be like, my God.
I played nothing.
I didn't do any of these.
We are going to get a good laugh when we open this doc and see Rise of Shifter. Because we're probably not going to talk about that game much.
I don't think we are going to be talking about it ever again until next year's list.
But one game we're going to be talking a hell of a lot about this year is Sonic Frontiers. Let's move on to Rumor Roundup. Zach, do you remember the jingle?
Rumor Roundup, a roundup of rumors. Rumor Roundup.
Okay, it's a new jingle every week.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Yeah, on the rumors, there's a new song for Rumor Roundup. That is the big rumor.
The only podcast on the internet. I can't even verify that's true. It's a rumor.
Probably not.
It's rumored that this is the only podcast to tackle weekly Sonic Frontiers rumors.
It's like when Nintendo had to talk about the Donkey Kong Universal Studios, just like the only one that we know about.
Of known Donkey Kong.
An asterisk next to that statement.
If Nintendo can do it, we can do it. Okay.
It's true. Okay. So what is cooking next to the chili dogs on the stove this week? So this rumor comes from December 15th. So that is 8 days ago.
Okay, fresh.
It's fresh.
It's fresh off the presses.
This is a 4chan leak.
Oh, so
that's
very
very
dubious.
Okay.
So we have set the bar at a very good level 2 weeks into this new segment. We're already going to 4chan.
For our bar.
Wait, did we talk about Odyssey last week?
Yeah.
That was on the show that we talked about that.
Yeah.
Not after the show.
That was on the show.
Good.
That was the rumor from last week. Because we talked more about Odyssey than we did about Frontiers.
So here we go. This is a 4chan leak.
Okay.
And I'm just going to read it out loud pretty quick. The game will have Sonic fighting gigantic ancient mechs known as Metatron in an open world environment. Metatron.
Okay.
The angel.
These gigantic ancient mech bodies will serve as bosses, and their bodies will serve as platform stages, where you will have to attack certain parts of the body in order to defeat them.
Oh, is this the whole thing about, like... Yeah.
Shadow of the Colossus.
Oh...
So this week on Rumor Roundup, we're hearing that Shadow of the Colossus may have inspired Sonic Frontiers. Hopefully the open world is not as barren as it is in Shadow of the Colossus.
Running to these levels. Where
one place to the next, yep.
There are 7 Metatron, and you'll have to find and defeat them in order to recover the Chaos Emeralds. Stages are open world and will have a Metroidvania feel. You will need to collect items that give you abilities to reach certain areas, similar to Sonic Adventure. The game uses a brand new engine. You will travel from stage to stage through portals. There are 2 new wisps in the game.
Yay,
Supersonic is playable on normal stages after finishing the game. The enemies are not badniks or egg pawns. They're much more similar to smaller variants of the giant Metatron. The flying variant can be seen pursuing Sonic during the first part of the trailer. And then, yeah, it says that many of you will find similarities between Frontiers and Shadow of the Colossus, especially the story. You will have to save Amy from Eggman, similar to Sonic CD. And there's only going to be 4 characters from the franchise here besides Sonic, which is Amy, Tails, Metal Sonic, and Eggman.
No Knuckles?
So no Knucks.
That is unacceptable, if that's true. Unacceptable.
And then this is something really exciting for Sonic 06 fans out there. The game will have 2 new characters. They are human. One of these humans will be on Sonic's side, while the other will help Eggman and later on beat him.
Oh, of course. They always do that.
So there you go. That's this week's Rumor
I
Roundup.
think the biggest thing is
that.
no Knuckles. That is
Yeah.
horrifying.
Well, I wonder
Also-
if the story is going to be like Shadow of
It
the
didn't
Colossus.
say anything else about that.
Nope.
And Shadow of the Colossus has very limited story. It doesn't really
If that
tell...
were the case, then Amy would be dead, and Sonic would be trying to revive her by killing all of these Metatrons.
That's the rumor right now. I was saving this for a future week,
Okay.
but you
Oh,
just
sorry.
brought
Wow.
something that
Amy
So I was
is
just talking about
dead?
Shadow of the Colossus.
the rumor right now is that there's a story out there that all voice actors are returning to the series to this. All of the classic Sonic voice actors, including Amy. People are also saying that the voice you hear in the trailer is Amy's voice. So a lot of people that think that Amy is dead and is guiding Sonic. Kind of the thing I'm seeing trending among Sonic fans is Ghost Amy.
What in
that
the
is
world?
trying to guide Sonic
Oh my
along.
god.
Is it going to be a
I'm
whole
too
thing with like
smart.
forces again, where it's like, oh, Sonic's
Oh, yeah.
gone, and then Amy's just like revived in like 2 minutes or something?
Don't forget that this game is being written by the comic writer Ian Flynn, who has written good stuff in the past. So I'm hoping it would not be as terrible as that.
I will
Yeah,
say
but
that I
let's see.
really do not like the name Metatron because it is way too close to Megatron.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
And people are people are talking about Amy, and there's a deleted tweet about Amy that people are freaking out about.
From who?
They're calling her Ghost Girl.
from
Sega.
like, Sega? Really?
Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot going on
Wow.
about this theory and there's also theories that the Ghost Girl is into Sonic, which I don't want to see.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, I mean, some of the ideas seem interesting of like these big machines that turn into the stages themselves. Because I guess that was kind of the question of how like the open zone was going to work, and that would make it a little bit easier to just be like, oh yeah, here's the zone that's not connected to the open world because it's like its own thing, as compared to like you're running around in this open world and then you go to a stage and then it's like disconnected from the world or something.
Yeah.
Like that would make it a little bit easier to do, if to have it like be part of the open world but also be its own separate zone. That would probably be a decent way to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know how all the
Yeah, but there's a lot of
actually
fan
do,
art.
but-
There's a lot of fan art already floating around of Amy as a ghost because people think that's what this game's going
It's
to be
really
about.
weird.
They
I
are
don't
quick
see
on
that. I
that.
just can't see that.
Yeah. So that's this week's Rumor Roundup.
It's pretty
I
good.
don't- Yeah, it was funny that you were like, if it's Shadow of the Colossus, that Amy
Amy's
is dead.
dead.
No,
Yeah.
actually,
She
That's
is
a rumor.
apparently.
that's what everybody thinks. Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
So, yeah, I
Man,
just
weren't
burned
the
both
comics
rumors.
more like dark or something, or like
Yeah,
had,
they were darker.
Like
they were
Amy
definitely
Dead
darker.
Dark?
but
what
like
are we
not
talking
like
about here?
stupid dark like Shadow the Hedgehog.
No,
It's a
not
great game.
not edgy,
Yeah,
but just a bit more mature storylines, like a bit darker and more serious than the games.
and it's not Sonic Forces.
Like Sonic Colors is just like, oh, it's a theme park. Oh, yay, it's over. It's kind of the whole story there.
Yeah,
But yeah, there's more intricate plots in the books for sure. So I'm intrigued. I hope that there's no romance because that's just weird.
yeah.
But it could be good. It could be good. I think it'd be
Got another
cool
year to wait.
if you
another
like
year of rumors.
platform. If you another 50 episodes of rumors.
Excited.
This is this is exciting. It's the first time we've gotten to cover a new Sonic game on the show, because we did get to talk about Team Sonic Racing,
Yeah.
but we started Ode Games like 2.5 months after Forces came out, so we've never gotten to do this before. So it's really exciting to
we've never
be
been
able to
going during the
hype
run up
up
to
the
the next
Sonic
Sonic
game.
game. Next
Yeah.
mainline Sonic game.
Exactly. Yeah. So we'll have to see what this Shadow of the Colossus game with a dead Amy guiding Sonic could look like.
What a weird pitch.
Yeah, how do we feel about
I'm
no
into
other
it.
characters in this thing apparently, except for the main one?
Specifically, I hate that there's no
Metal Sonic.
Knuckles. That
It's
that
big.
annoys me, because I feel like, why not just go back to like the original crew? More original in terms of 3D Sonic. You know, you've got Sonic, Tails, Amy, Knuckles. If you want to bring Shadow in there,
Victor.
not Victor.
Yeah.
And then like Metal Sonic or something. But like,
and Eggers.
of course, you gotta have Eggman. But I feel like that would be a nice way to pare down the roster, but just have like the straight up like original cast there. Like, what? I don't know why you cut some of them out. It's not that big of a roster.
Probably
hope
not
they-
that big of a game.
Oh, don't start.
That's
If
what
If you added in Knuckles, that would have added 2
True.
hours to the runtime.
I hope that Cubot and Orbot are left behind in this new era of Sonic. That
you
is,
don't like. Well, he's got a human assistant now, right?
that's
Yeah.
going to betray him, apparently.
Yeah,
'Cause
exactly.
they always got to betray him. If
Yeah.
he didn't create
But
him.
I hope that it's time that Cubot and Orbot get left behind. I've never liked them. I think they're really, really bad comic relief. And I think Eggman's better on his own.
Think Silver's
Or with
gonna,
Agent
is
Stone
Silver
from
gonna
the
come
movies. Yeah, it's no use, man.
back? It's no use. But he came back in Forces somehow.
Yeah, you're going to lose.
You're gonna lose. Sonic's gone. No, he's back.
Yeah,
If they pull that again with Amy, I'm gonna lose my mind.
me
Hopefully,
too. too.
hopefully she stays dead.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I hope too.
That'd be crazy. Kill
If
off
they just
Amy.
killed her off and just never revived her
In
at
the
the end.
canon, yep.
Wild.
Yeah. All right, we don't want to talk about everything because it's going to get pretty
Gotta
stale in
save.
30 weeks when we're sitting here still talking about it. No new info.
It's true. All right. Do we want to get to what we've been playing then?
Yeah.
Zach?
All right, that's gonna do it for this week's Rumor Roundup.
Great.
We're gonna every week.
What is this show?
All right,
It's
sorry. We'll now move on to what we've been playing. We'll start with Kevin. Anything of note?
Great Ace Attorney 2, I'm very close on the precipice.
Awesome.
The next time that I play it, I'll probably wrap it up. It's very good. And things are coming together. They tie things together from a lot of the earlier cases, which is always great when it's like there's some smaller stuff that is not, you don't think of it as that big of a deal or something, and then they bring it back, or it all just kind of like connects together. And it makes the first one, I think, a little bit better when it all
Absolutely.
gets connected at the end. Even though it's not as strong as the second one, you definitely need to play it to get like the full thing of a lot of the story that's going on. But it's very good. Enjoying that. Went back to Murder by Numbers because I was on the train somewhere. I was like, oh, I'll just go back to Murder by Numbers and play a Picross puzzle or two, and realized that I was pretty close to finishing that. So I think I'm going to try, give it another shot. I think after playing through the first couple of cases of that game, I was so burned out on Picross that I just needed like some time to just not do that. But now that it's been a while, it was kind of like fresh going back in and playing some of the Picross puzzles. So I think now's the time for me to finally go back and finish the story of that. And that's it.
Cool.
Besides Stardew as well.
Right. Not bad, Logan.
Not much. Visiting family for the holiday week. By the way, happy holidays.
Yeah.
Like
Happy
Christmas
holidays.
almost by the time this goes up. But we've been playing a ton of Mario Party this week. Going back and playing the old GameCube ones. We've played 4, 5, 6, and 7 so far. Just kind of testing out the boards and the games. And yeah, it's really fun going back to those old ones. That's pretty much it. But the other thing actually I've been doing is I have been playing a lot of Xbox streaming on the cloud from my parents' house because I didn't bring my Xbox. And it works extraordinarily well. It's amazing. They do have good internet. But playing Halo matches online or Forza races it just runs really smoothly, and it's super cool to be able to do that and feel like, man, like sometimes you go on vacation and you're super into a game right now, and you're like, I wish I could take this with me. And like Forza is that game right now, and so just like messing around doing races. I wouldn't want to do anything like super competitive or serious in Forza through the cloud because there is a little bit of delay. For just cruising around the world and getting bonus boards and looking through the barn, it's super cool to be able to just do that. So I've been really impressed with that. And it's a lot better than like the 2 times I tried Stadia just to see what it was. So I'm super impressed with the xCloud. It's part of every Game Pass Ultimate membership. So yeah, it's super cool.
Good deal on that membership.
Getting your money's worth.
Oh, and I'm also playing an early build of Sonic Frontiers, and can confirm that Amy is dead.
Okay.
There it is.
So,
knew all along.
It won't be Rumor Roundup anymore. It'll just be like, here's what I played.
Exactly. Here's my leak. Here's my 100% guaranteed leak.
From Rumor Roundup to Logan leaks. Look forward to that.
Hey. All right.
Zach?
As for me, I've also been playing Forza Horizon 5. I qualified for the Hall of Fame, which is like the last thing in terms of gaining accolade points, I think. So I think I've pretty much finished it. There's a couple more big races that Logan and I have to do before I think I'm going to check this game off as complete. And of course, still going to play it because there's a lot to do and it's a great game. But yeah, I was a little disappointed because when you do qualify for the Hall of Fame, it's just drive to this area and then a small cutscene activates. And then it's like, congratulations, you're in the Hall of Fame, and then that's it. It's very underwhelming, and I was a little disappointed. And I wasn't even gonna go drive to it, but I drove past it accidentally, and the cutscene just activated, and I was like, uh-oh. But yeah, it was a little underwhelming, but it's fine because the game is so good regardless, and we've still got 2 very large races to do, so that'll be our epic conclusion to the story of Forza Horizon 5. And then other than that, I played a lot of Minecraft this week, started a online server with some friends of mine. Not much to note there. I built a small house. It's adorable. It's like a little hut. And then other than that, this is the first time I've ever played Minecraft on hard difficulty. It wasn't my idea. It was my friend's idea to play on hard. And man, it's really hard. It's like really hard. I didn't expect it to be so hard. Monsters are really durable. They do a lot of damage and your hunger depletes constantly. It is annoying, and I don't like it.
That's like the hardest difficulty besides like straight up hardcore, right?
It's easy, normal, hard, and then hardcore, which is, I think,
you die, you're done. And
yeah, exactly. I don't know if you play on normal and then if you die, you're done, or if it's hard and then.
But...
yeah, I don't know. That would be really hard because I've died quite a few times, but that's a good time, minus the having to hide away from every monster I see and then run as much as possible. Then other than that, I've just been trying to get the first Miles Edgeworth Investigations game done by the end of the year. I plowed through case 3 in one sitting. I thought the first 2 cases were only okay, but I really enjoyed case 3. I thought it was really good. It was chock full of references to other parts of the series, which I really enjoyed. I don't know why this one case in particular just decided to go really heavy on the references, but I liked it, so that was good. And then
yeah, it's cool.
That was a good case. And then I just started case 4, so hopefully should have that done relatively soon. I kind of want to get it done before we rush the end of Divinity Original Sin 2, which is going to be a challenge. Yep. So I need to have all of my gaming attention focused on that.
That'll be a trial.
It will be.
Yeah.
We're gonna do our best.
Yes, we are.
Looking forward to hearing about that in a couple of weeks. All right. It's going to be a little bit shorter of a show since there was no news this week. Any final thoughts before we wrap up for this week?
Rumor Roundup, man. No, I'm excited for the Odies next week. I like the Odies. We'll be dressed up, maybe. Yeah.
As always.
Doing a little award show with a trophy. Same categories coming back. It's going to be fun.
You're going to be a Rumor Roundup in the middle of the Odies?
Yeah,
it's going to be like our commercial break. Like the Game Awards.
It's going to be like, okay, here are the nominees for most anticipated game. The winner is Sonic Frontiers, and here's your fresh rumor. for Sonic Frontiers.
All right.
Looking forward to that.
But yeah, happy holidays. Hope you enjoy Christmas or whatever you're celebrating this week, and hope you're playing some cool games too.
Zach, anything from you?
Feel bad for Amy. That's just about it.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Amy.
She's gone. Until she's not.
Who knows? Won't spoil the end of Shadow of the Colossus. Go play Shadow of the Colossus and you'll have a good sense of what
You got to
this
play it in
game's gonna
preparation, or
entail.
else you can't really play Sonic Frontiers.
Exactly.
That's
my god.
a little bit early on the rumor roundup for next week's show, but the rumor is that if you don't play Shadow of the Colossus, you will be lost.
Now I gotta fully appreciate. It's in the same canon universe. 2 humans are the characters from Shadow of the Colossus. That's a rumor right there.
That is a hot rumor. That's a hot rumor.
It's only,
You got
guess
2
how many
rumors
humans
this
are
week.
in Shadow of the Colossus? 2.
What a great
That's
segment.
unbelievable.
Yep.
Anyways. Yeah, happy holidays for whatever you are celebrating over the next couple of weeks. Hope you're having a good time. Look forward to next week's show for the Odies and hopefully the new trophy. I'm hoping that we can get that ready to go.
We'll get done. I have
Oh yeah.
But for this week, that is going to do it for us. We are here on Thursdays or Fridays on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, other podcast streaming services that you may use. OdaGames.com also has the audio version. YouTube at OdaGames has the video version if you want to check that out there. We're on Twitter at OdaGames. You can send an email to odagamescast@gmail.com. For Logan and Zach, I'm Kevin. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll catch you next week.